أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على خاتم الأنبياء وسيد المرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. تب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. وبعد. We praise and thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We praise Him, we seek His mercy and His forgiveness and His guidance. For he whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides, there is none who can mislead them. But he whom He leaves astray, there is none can guide them. And we bear witness and testify that there is none worthy to be worshipped but Allah is alone. He hath no associate or partner. And we bear witness and testify that Muhammad ibn Abdullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is His servant and His messenger. We give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for blessing us with another opportunity to gather in His house and to study His word and to seek knowledge from Him. Rabbi Zid, we pray that He would continue to give us understanding of it and He would guide our hearts for this to benefit from the work. We started Surah Yusuf last session, and inshallah with Surah 12, and so we continue with Surah Yusuf. We did up to Ayah 3 in our last session. Inshallah we continue from Ayah 4 in this session. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. إذ قال يوسف لأبيه يا أبت إني رأيت 11 كوكبا والشمس والقمر رأيتهم لي ساجدين قال يا بني لا تقصص رؤياك على إخوتك فيكيدوا لك كيدا إن الشيطان للإنسان عدو مبين وكذلك يجتبيك ربك ويعلمك من تأويل الأحاديث ويتم نعمته عليك وعلى آل يعقوب كما أتمها على أبويك من قبل إبراهيم وإسحاق إن ربك عليم حكيم. The English translation reads, remember when Yusuf said to his father, "Oh my father, verily I saw in a dream 11 stars and the sun and the moon. I saw them prostrating themselves to me." He said to him, "O my son, relate not your vision to your brothers, lest they should arrange a plot against you. Verily, Shaitan is to man an open enemy. Thus will your Lord choose you and teach you the interpretation of dreams and perfect His favor on you and the offspring of Yaqub as He did perfect it on your fathers Ibrahim and Ishaq." Aforetime, verily your Lord is all-knowing, all-wise. As we said, this start just in connecting that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in beginning the story, as He calls it Ahsan al-Qasas. It is the best stories. It is truth and is beneficial to others. And so He informs the Prophet ﷺ that he should narrate this story of Yusuf ﷺ, as we mentioned, is the only complete story that told in narrative style throughout, from the beginning to the end. It's the only story in the Quran of the prophets that is told like this and is not found in any other surah this story is not repeated in any other surah, as is the case with other prophets. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, narrate to them, mention to them, to the people, you're telling them the stories of the past, narrate to them the story of Yusuf. Mention to them Yusuf when he said to his father, Yaqub, he said to his father, "Oh my father, verily I saw in a dream, or I had a vision, in it was 11 stars. 11 stars. When he narrated this, of course, Yusuf, as we said yesterday, Yusuf was the son of Yaqub. Yusuf, or as they say in the Christian tradition, Joseph, right? Yusuf, or Joseph, as they say in the Christian tradition, that he was the son of Yaqub, right? He was the son of Yaqub. What was Yaqub in English?
Jacob.
Jacob. Yes, Jacob. The thing for those who don't know. He was the son of Jacob. Yaqub was Jacob. And Jacob was the son of Ishaq, Isaac. Right? He was the son of Isaac, who was the son of Ibrahim. Right? He was the son of Ibrahim. As the Prophet ﷺ, he says, Al-Kareem ibn Kareem ibn Kareem ibn Kareem, Yusuf ibn Yaqub ibn Ishaq ibn Ibrahim. And the Prophet called him Kareem ibn Kareem. Right? Because all of them, Yusuf, his father, Yaqub, his grandfather Ishaq, and his great-grandfather Ibrahim, they were all prophets from Allah. They were all prophets, so they were all honorable. They were all honorable men because they were all prophets. And we know that the prophets and messengers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the prophets, they are the greatest human beings that ever lived. There's no human being greater than the prophet. It is the highest or the pinnacle of humanity. The prophets stand at the pinnacle of humanity. And it tells us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the whole of humanity, and from humanity he selected the best. The best. The creme de la creme. Right? Or the cream of the crop, as they say. Right? He selected the best to be his prophets and messengers. So they are the best human beings that ever lived. Prophets. And so a person cannot aspire to become a prophet. I know we got a lot of people running around, a lot of charlatans running around calling themselves prophets. Right? They run around calling themselves prophets.
Yes.
Right? So they like to elevate themselves, put themselves above their own status where they are. You know, the prophets, you don't go to school to become a prophet. Right? You don't go to school to become a prophet. You can go to school for the whole of your life and never become a prophet. Because the prophets were as we said, the cream of the crop. They're the special people from all humanity. Allah selected them. Almighty God already selected all the prophets. From the beginning, Adam being the first man, a prophet to his family. And right on to the last of the prophets and messengers, the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. They all form one single brotherhood, and they're the creme de la creme. They're the best of humanity. There is none better than them. There is none better than them. Very often when Christians say that we will say Jesus was a prophet, many people or many Christians tend to think that we are bringing Jesus down from his status. They don't understand that we are elevating him. Right? We are elevating him to his status. And when you say that he is God, you are bringing him down from his status. Because he was the messenger of Almighty God, Allah. He was the messenger of Almighty God. And so we elevate him to the highest status that any human being can be. Because that is the status that Almighty God has assigned to him. As all the great and mighty prophets, the prophets are the best of humanity. One of the unfortunate traditions that has happened is that people corrupted the stories of the prophets to such an extent that you do not know who they are. Many of their stories have been corrupted. And the purpose behind this is to bring the level of the prophets down so that people can justify their actions and their evil behavior. So they say, well, if he could have done that and he was a prophet, then what about me? No, the prophets are here and you're the corrupt one, not the prophets. So a lot of the corrupted stories about the prophets, Islam has corrected, Quran has corrected it. This is why you find that although all the names are similar, and we're talking about the same people, very often you find that the narrative or the story of them slightly differs from one to the other. Right? So when we say Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and Moses and what have you, and we mention them, these are the names, we all can agree on the names of these prophets, but very often we differ on some of the stories relating to them because we keep them at the level that Almighty God set them at. You can't bring them down to your level. You can't bring them down to your level. If you do that, then you are slandering the prophets, and may Allah protect us from sin. And so they were all great prophets. And so here in this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they were the progenitors of the Bani Israel, of the children of Israel. All right? They were the progenitors of the Bani Israel, as they are called. Bani Israel is called, Bani means the children or the tribes of Israel. Israel is a special title that was given to Yaqub. Right? Israel was a special title that was given to Yaqub, to Jacob. Right? Just like Prophet Ibrahim was called Al-Khalil, Khalilullah, a friend of Allah. Right? He was called Al-Khalil. Each prophet had special titles that they were given because of special qualities that they had. They all had special titles that they were given, and they are known by those special titles. Like Jesus is known Al-Masih, right? Al-Masih, the anointed one. All right? So each one has titles. So Yaqub, his title became Israel. Right? His title was Israel. So his progeny, they were all called Bani Israel, or the children of Israel, or the children of Yaqub. That's where the title comes from. All right? Israel. And so there were, Yaqub, alayhi salatu wasalam, he had 12 sons. Right? He had 12 sons, just like, the other branch of the Abrahamic family, Ismail was from the second other branch of the Abrahamic family. He also had 12 sons. Right? According to Christian sources, it said that he had 12 sons and one daughter. Just Yaqub had 12 sons and one daughter. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. But that is said. So Yusuf and his younger brother Benjamin, right? The Bible and the Christian sources call him Benjamin. Right? Benjamin. I don't know why they use Benjamin because there was no J, at the time that was used. It's Benjamin. Right? Benjamin. Yeah, the J is very for Jesus. All about Jesus. You know, why they keep sticking this J inside it. You know. Anyway, forget it. So, the Benjamin, Yusuf, and his younger brother Benjamin, they were the two youngest sons of Yaqub. Of his 12 sons, they were the two younger ones. And they were from the same mother. So they were shaqiqan, they were full brothers. Because they were from the same mother. All right? They were from the same, they had the same mother. Of course, according to the tradition, Yaqub didn't have, his 12 sons were not from one wife. He had more than one wife, and so his sons came from the different wives that he had. All right? Yusuf and Benjamin came from the same wife. All right? So their mother was the same. And so Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, he's a young boy, right? He's a young boy, a teenager. He's a young boy, and he had this dream, and he relates it to his father. He relates his dream to his father, where he saw 11 stars, and the sun and the moon coming and prostrating before him. And so, Yaqub, of course, he was a prophet. So when he related the story to him, he understood what he was talking about. He understood that this represented an elevation of Yusuf. It's an elevation above his brothers. Special elevation for him. So dreams, you know, as we talk a bit about the dreams, dreams, according to the Islamic tradition, the Hadith, dreams are one of three types. Dreams are one of three types. The first type of dreams are what you call like our mind playing out events, right? You know, our mind just playing out events from our life cycle, from our lives, what's happening, and it plays out. You know, our mind replays events from our life, and so those events replay. So it's just, that's all it is. Our mind replaying events that take place in our everyday life. This is one type of dream. It doesn't mean anything. It's just our mind. That's how our mind works. That it replays events. Sometimes it play it back, you know, slightly different ways, but it replays what we see and do or function in our everyday life. Our mind, because when you sleep, right? One quick note on that. When we go to sleep, right? Our soul is lifted from our bodies, right? Our ruh, our soul lifted from our body, because our body is sleeping, it's almost like dead, right? It's almost like dead, right? And the soul is alive, so it comes out of the body. If the soul doesn't come up, once the soul is in the body is active. It will go. You know, the body will remain active. So at night, you know, whenever a person goes to sleep, the angels lift the soul from the body. So the soul comes out from the body. But it is still attached, you know, by some cord or so. It is attached to the body still, right? So it has not left the body like when you die. When you die, it just leaves the body altogether. There's no connection to the body, no contact to the body at all. But when the soul comes out, when one goes to sleep, it comes out. It is not detached from the body. Right? It is not detached from it, it's still attached to the body. So when it plays out these what has been happening with the body. Because our body uses our soul just lives in our body. And so it plays out what went on, our mind plays out whatever is going on. So that is nothing, just how it works. The second type of dream is the prompting or agitation of the shaitan. Is the prompting or agitation of the shaitan, where the shaitan, as the soul moves and travels and connected, because it goes into the world of this, it goes back to the world of spirit world, and so there in the spirit world, he sometimes create challenges for it, that sometimes becomes scary, sometimes it is. It can be terrifying. You create challenges and stuff like that, and you'll be running, you'll be fighting, you'll be doing all kind of stuff like. And because of the connection to the body, you might find sometimes the body even become animated to an extent, depending on how strong that agitation is. That you might find that the body is completely agitated. The body is completely agitated to the point even that in some minor cases, you find individuals might even get up and sleepwalk. You might get up and walk, break open the door and stuff, because the shaitan is misleading them and they want to create problems for them. So they're talking to them, they're listening and they're following. So the body actually, it becomes animated, and they don't just react and move and jump or smile or laugh. So as you see it happens, actually might get up and might follow and tell them open the door, and maybe create some problem for him also. So it actually, I think this is the promptings of the shaitan. This is the promptings and the agitation of the shaitan, and so we should seek refuge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from when that happens. The third type of dream is what is called true dream. Alright? It's called true dream. And true dream is a vision. Right? It is a vision. Right? It's a look into a world that is beyond our world. Right? It's a look into the world that is beyond ours. And this by a special permission from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? A special permission from Allah. So true dream is considered as ilham. Ilham is a form of divine inspiration. A form of divine inspiration where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala conveys a message or so to an individual. Alright? And the Prophet mentioned it is either glad tidings or it is not. So that the dreams of the prophets, peace and blessings of Allah be upon them all, their dreams fall into this category. Their dreams fall into this category. Most of their dreams, so that their vision, they always had regular vision, their visions. So it was always, very often, they were taught through visions. Right? A lot of the prophets were taught through visions. Not only Jibreel will come and teach them, like he did with the Prophet ﷺ, that not only will he teach them this way, or Allah send wahi, which is full revelation that he will send to them, but these are different ways in which they were taught. Right? And the full wahi that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam to convey a message to him, or it is through ilham. Ilham is by either in dream, or when you're sleeping, it is dream, and when you're waking, it is inspiration. All right? When you're waking, it is inspiration. And when you're sleeping, it is dream. So vision. So this is how the prophets are taught. Right? This is what the prophet referred to it as a true dream, and he refers to it as a what do you call it? As a part of prophethood. All right. He mentions it as being a part of prophet. It doesn't mean that it makes the person a prophet. It don't make you a prophet or anything of the sort. All right. It is a fraction. That's a small fraction. They're different. We don't exactly how much, but a small fraction of prophethood. Because this was one of the means in which Allah taught the prophets. True dreams. The prophets. Many of the prophets' teachings, many of them came from true dreams, where the angels would come and teach him stuff while he was sleeping. Right? Teach him stuff while he was sleeping, and he learned. So many of the prophets were, got the instructions and dreams. Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, his instruction to sacrifice his son came in a vision. It was in a dream, right? It was in a vision that he was instructed to sacrifice his firstborn son, or the only son that he had, which was Ismail. All right. So this is one of the ways that that they receive instructions and guidance also. So the prophets have followed that, and so this is what the prophet declares it as a small fraction of prophethood. Right? This type of dream or vision is also given to other people too. It's not only limited to prophets. It's given to others. Right? Whether they're Muslim or not, whether they're believers or not. This, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is a means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala convey information to people generally. This, however, it does not confer prophethood on anybody. Because it is not prophethood. It is just a small fraction of prophethood because how it convey, Allah used it to convey a message to the prophet. So no one can say, well, I am receiving divine inspiration, so I'm a prophet. Anyone who goes that, he's gone off track. Anyone who thinks that, he's gone completely off his rockers. You can listen to it. Alright? That person, you stay far from them. Alright? So that is, while this is the case, as I said, you receive it is, the prophets, they're usually able to interpret or understand the dreams, these visions, in the correct way. Most of them are they're able to do that. The prophets are able to understand this message or in that form of way. So, however, the others who receive it, many times they might not be able to get a correct interpretation or correct understanding of it. Although it is a true dream, and it might take it taking a place, and they're like, oh, I dreamt that. Very often, the only when it plays out, that some people might realize, I dreamt that, right? And it do happen, maybe the next day or next week or next month or so, and so I dreamt that, all right? And yes, it is true, they dreamt it. It's just that they weren't able to, how the person, if they interpret it, this is something that's going to happen, because they don't have that kind of understanding. So they might not know that this is going to take place. This might be a glimpse of an event that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala conveys to them. So they're not able to interpret it until it happens. Then in hindsight they will say, oh yeah, I dreamt that. Right? And it do happen. Right? And you do it all the time. It happens with my wife or them, she will say, oh, I dreamt that last time. I dreamt that. That happens. And I've actually seen that for her many times that she dreamed things. And it actually happened. Exactly how it did. But she didn't know what it was when she dreamed it. Oh, she said, I had this dream. Such a strange dream. Such and such and such and such. And then something happens. Oh, okay, that's what it was. So it goes like that. So this, as I said, it happens to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses to other people, not just prophets. That's why the Prophet ﷺ mentioned in hadith, right? لم يبق من النبوة إلا المبشرات. The only thing that remains of Nabuwa is Mubasharat, right? Because there's no more prophets coming, right? The Prophet Muhammad is the last of the prophets, right? He is Khatam al-Nabiyyin. He's the last of the prophets. And he explained it very clearly. He said, La Nabiyya Ba'di. There's no prophet coming after me. Right? There's no prophet coming after me. So this is very clear. I mean, this is what I was explaining, I think, last session, I think I mentioned it. When Isa ﷺ comes back, we believe in his return, right, to earth. We believe in his return to earth. He'll return to the earth and live out his life and die like a normal person. Because we do not believe in his crucifixion. We don't believe he was crucified. We believe it as I said, yes, that he ascended, that Allah raised him up to the heavens, and there he is until the end of time, and he will return and live out the rest of his life. He does not return as a prophet. Right? He does not return as a prophet. He returns as a member of the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and this is a special honor to him that not only is he he's not only the last great prophet and messenger of the Bani Israel, he will also be honored to be a member of the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the seal of the prophets, the seal of the prophets. So when he comes back, he's going to teach Islam. He's going to follow the Prophet. He's going to teach Islam and live out his life. All right. So he's not coming back as part of the Prophet. He comes back as a member of this Ummah. All right. So there's no other prophet coming, but the Prophet mentioned that the only thing remains from prophethood or from prophecy, or what, if you want to put it that word, I don't know if you can use that word, right, is mubasharat. And when they ask him what is mubasharat, he says true dreams or visions, right? So that will continue, right, until Qiyamah. True dreams or visions will continue to Qiyamah. And I say it will come to righteous people. It might even come to disbelievers, because we see many stories of visions coming to disbelievers, as mentioned in history. All right, that they had visions, that people have visions, and it does happen. But of course, not everybody will to. So Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, he saw this vision, and so when he related to his father, right? He saw the vision, and it took more than 40 years for it to materialize. Right? Towards the end of the story, we see that it materialized. Right? That dream did materialize after more than 40 years. Right? More than 40 years afterwards it materialized. But when he told this, Yaqub understood the reality of the dream. He understood the reality of the dream, that here Yusuf is being elevated above his brothers and stuff like that. So in understanding what it is, and he knows his kids, he understands them. He knows his brothers. He says to Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, قال يا بني لا تقصص رؤياك على إخوتك. He says, oh my son, right? Do not relate your dream. Do not relate your dream or your vision to your brothers. Don't tell them about this. Don't tell them what you're talking about. Here, he acknowledges it, right? He does not dismiss it. He acknowledges it and accepts it. And he says, do not tell your brothers about it. Don't tell your brothers about it. Why? فَيَكِيدُوا لَكَ كَيْدًا. فَيَكِيدُوا لَكَ كَيْدًا. Least they should devise a plot against you. They start the plot against you because when they will understand what's going on, and you think you can be better than us, and next thing they're going to do something, they're going to try to, kill you or something. They can devise a plot against you because the shaitan is a busy devil. Shaitan is a very busy devil, and he is an enemy to the humanity. He's an enemy to humanity. And because of his enmity, he uses one against the other. That's how he operates, to destroy. He creates confusion and he does all that. So he says, don't tell them because, they don't allow the shaitan to use your brothers against you. Don't ever, because if you tell them this and they understand, it means now you're empowering the shaitan to create a plot against you by using your brothers. So don't tell them. Right? Don't tell them because then they start to get jealous and the shaitan will whisper to them, tell them this, that. Because in the first place, Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam, he knew his sons. He knew his children. They were his sons. He knew them. So he knows the good ways and he knows the bad ways. They were his children. He knows them. He knows how they run. He knows what they did, how they function. He knows them. Right? And he knows that the dunya can get the hold of it. He knows how it. So they act out. So here he is telling him, that, and he also knew of the jealousy that they harbored for Yusuf and Benjamin, because they were the youngest. So Yaqub is an old man. Yaqub is an old man. These are his two youngest kids. He has, we tend to have a, soft spot for them. All right? He's a bit more protective of them. Right? He's more, which is understandable. He's more protective of them. Right? And these bigger brothers now, who would go out and take care of the family business, because in those days, of course, the business people, family business, was they taking care of this, was sheep and goat and cow and camel and stuff like the husbandry was the main business that people used to do. Right? Money was animals, domestic animals, that was money. Camels worth a lot of money back then. That's why they put up 100 camels, the best camels, on the life of the Prophet ﷺ. Because it was money. These are last name. 100 of the best camels were the red camels, which were the ones who were the swiftest, the fastest camels. They run fast. And those camels can travel longer distances with less stops to drink the water. Right? So they were very strong and healthy and very fast camels. So they were the best camels. So they're expensive. It's like no man, they're like a Rolls Royce to a Toyota. Okay? So this is how they work. I mean, they're expensive, top of the line. They're worth money, a lot of money. People measure their wealth by how many cows and the cows they have. You still find in many societies where husbandry is still a big thing. People are mentioned by this. They give their dowry and how much sheep they can get. How much head of sheep or how many cows you're going to give to get married. Still in some rural communities you'll find this. Because this is still a lot of wealth. That's why you got zakat on animals too. Alright? You got zakat on animals also. Because it is wealth. Right? Back then was the main source of wealth, but now it's not the main source of wealth. So they used to do that. And so they had this little jealousy. So he knew that. So this is why he cautioned his son, he cautioned Yusuf, don't allow the shaitan to use your brothers against you. Shaitan is a busy devil, and he is the enemy. So if you tell them, and this jealousy start to grow, and shaitan start whispering on them, then it's story done. So please don't tell them. Right? Don't tell them. Don't let them know about it. Right? It is important to understand this particular point for that, because the shaitan is going to lead you astray, lead them astray. And we need to be very careful ourselves. We need to be very careful ourselves about the shaitan, right? And from this we extract the point, that especially, and we can find it in the hadith, that when he says, don't la taqsus ru'yaka ala ikhwatika. You shouldn't always tell all your secrets and your stuff to people. Right? You shouldn't always tell all your secrets and stuff to people. Even to your best friend. You like to tell your best friend, because your best friend always got a best friend. Right? Your best friend always have a best friend. Right? And that best friend is not you. Alright? So it's important that we should always not tell people everything, all your secrets. And so the Prophet ﷺ mentioned in the hadith, he says that because the dream, it either is good or it is bad. He says, if it is good, if it's a good dream, and you're pleased and happy with that dream, he says you can share it. Right? You can share it. Alright? But still you don't tell all your secrets to people. Alright? Because if you got special plans, you want to do some new thing, so you working on something to make. Don't always tell people it is, because somebody can try to short circuit your plan. Right? Because, people start getting jealousy is a terrible thing. Right? Jealousy is a terrible thing. As Yaqub was telling to his son, telling you, Yusuf, jealousy is a terrible thing. Be careful, the shaitan, stop putting some ideas inside their head against you. So, people don't like, a lot of good stuff happening to you sometimes. They become jealous. Alright? So, but he said, if it's a good dream and you're happy with it, you can share it. He said, if it's a bad dream, right? It's from the shaitan, it's a bad dream, and you wake up, you make nothing from your left, and you're like, I'm going to blame the shaitan, you seek refuge with Allah, make nothing from your left, and then you turn over and go to sleep. And don't tell nobody about it. Right? Don't tell nobody about it. Alright? And then it will not harm you. No harm will come to you. Right? Because you don't want to start sharing it and then it comes back at you. Alright? So he says don't share it. Alright? Right? Never seek refuge and Allah will protect you from it. Nothing's going to happen to you. Alright? So careful not to share it. Alright? So we got to be careful what we share. Right? From this, we can extract that we got to be careful what we share with people. Good news. This was good news for Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam. It was good news, right? But it is such good news because it is talking about his elevation above his brothers. His elevation above his brothers. So with this, nobody knows it. He doesn't know when it's going to happen or so. But if you tell them such goodness, this particular is, don't share this with them. So we got to know exactly, although it's good news, we got to be careful what we share and who we share it with. Right? What we share and who we share it with. Sometimes we get into practice. It's it's important for us to practice get man. Right? It's important for us to learn. Kitman is a principle in Islam, principle of how we function. That we always, it is, I know the best word, I don't can't find the best translation for the word kitman. Kitman is like, you maintain some degree of secrecy about everything, about special things you do. Don't always tell everybody everything that's going on. Some people can't help themselves, right? They can't have talking, they don't have no control over their tongue. So they can't help themselves, they talk about everything, right? So people always know where they're showing that he's block them, and then when they're disappointed, they didn't realize that somebody them cut them off and blocked them already because they share too much, all right? So there's certain things that not everything you should share. Like, as you said, like, everything you know you should not speak, you should not say it. Everything you know, you shouldn't say. Because there's some things that is best for you to keep for yourself. And some things you can't share. The Prophet was very particular about this, what he shared. There were some things that Prophet ﷺ that he shared genuinely. And that's the general message of deen. Everybody. Because it's for everybody. Right? That is for everybody. So he shared it with everybody because that's what we need to do. Spread the message. Convey everything that's given to you. So what has been revealed to you. So there was general. But then there was certain special knowledge that Jibreel alayhi salam would give him. And he would share with some people and he would share with others. Like for instance, when Jibreel alayhi salam came and told him the names of every munafiq in Medina. He knew them by name. He knew they were. So when they come and laugh in his face and you know what's going on. He knew. Because Jibreel didn't tell him about that. So he knew. He knew, when this person gave information, he knows how to take it with a pinch of salt. From that individual, he knows how to weigh that individual's words. And this is for the Prophet to be able to protect himself from these secret plots of these people. Alright? So the Prophet had secrets that he didn't tell them. Right? When that information, he didn't tell, the only person he told was Hudayfa. Hudayfa ibn Yaman. Right? Is the only person he told, Hudayfa. Who these people are. This one or that one or that one. He never told nobody else. Because Hudayfa practiced kitman. He knew how to keep his tongue quiet. He knew how to keep his tongue quiet. He didn't say everything that he knew. So he had secrets that no other companion had. The Prophet told him stuff that he didn't tell to nobody at all. So people used to go to him to find out, what is this? That news. Because the Prophet would tell him stuff he didn't tell anybody else. So even Omar would come to Hudayfa and say, am I name on the list? Right? So he didn't know who, so he'd watch to see who Hudayfa made when somebody died. He watch and say, if Hudayfa go and make janazah for them. If Hudayfa joined the janazah, he can join the janazah. If Hudayfa don't join it, he's not joining it. Because you don't know who is who. So there's certain things you just can't tell everybody. Because, if he tell them who the Munafiqeen is, in Medina, they were going to exterminate all of them one time. Some of them might just, go take him out. So the Prophet knows that. So you got to know who to tell what you can't tell people everything. You have to know who to talk to and how to talk to people and what. It's very important. Kitman is a very important principle, right? That we should practice. Kitman is a very important principle that we should practice. May Allah make it easy for us. So here, the Prophet ﷺ emphasized this particular point that he says, استعينوا على قضاء حوائجكم بكتمانها إن كل نعمة محسود. He says, you know, seek help in achieving your needs with a degree of kitman, of secrecy, right? Don't have to tell everybody your plan all the time. It says because every person that is blessed with some ni'mah will be envied. Every person that's blessed with some ni'mah will be envied. So protect yourself from the envy of people. Don't tell them everything that you do. Don't tell them everything that happened. Don't tell them every good thing that's going on. Right? Don't share every. As I said, some people can't help themselves. They gotta tell it. They gotta broadcast everything. Right? Because they like talk. But no, you gotta be careful about again. This is a very good message that we get from this when he says, don't tell them because, you know, shaitan get in their head and they can plot against you. Shaitan get in their head and they plot against you. Shaitan is an enemy, man. Right? And shaitan aduun mubin. Inna shaitana lil insan aduun mubin. Verily, shaitan is an open enemy. In another ayah, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Huwa al-adu. He is the enemy. فَاتَّخِذُوا عَدُوًّا. So always take him as an enemy. In other words, shaitan is never going to be your friend. Even if he presents himself like that. Right? Every, you know, like when we were growing up as boys, the old people used to say, every skin teeth is not alive. You know, because somebody shows his teeth don't mean that you're laughing at you. Alright? So you gotta be careful with that, you know. And then there's an Arabic saying along those lines. There's an Arabic saying that says, إِذَا رَأَيْتَ نُيُوبَ اللَّيْثِ بَارِزَةً. Light is the name of a lion. He said, when you see the lion baring his teeth, you know, don't think that he's smiling. Don't think that he's smiling with you, you know. So they want to pat the lion, somebody the lion grab it, rip your hands off. Okay, so don't think that, you know, it is smiling with you. You got to be careful of that. So everybody, you know, don't mean that everybody have good wishes for you, even if they're nice to you. Even as they talk and laugh nice with you, don't think that everybody, you know, have good intentions or goodwill towards you. So there's certain things you have to be cautious still. Yeah, I'll make it easy for us. Forgive us. I think we'll stop at this point and we'll continue. Any quick question, inshallah?
Sheikh, I was reading one time. I believe it was some hadiths who reported that the Prophet said that a true dream is 146 Revelation.
As you mentioned, as I said, the hadith, a couple of hadith, not just one, a number of hadith that mentions that true dream is a fraction of Nabuwah, of prophethood. And there are different numbers given. Right? It's 46 part. It's one is 17. One is 170. There are different narrations on it that is mentioned. You know, the numbers vary. So exactly what it is, you know, I never really go into the details of the hadith, the different ones, how they have differences in the numbers that's presented. But what for things that we're sure from it, and I take what we're sure of, is that it is a small fraction of Nubuwwah. That is what we can take from those hadith, you know, that it is a small fraction of nubuwwah, prophethood. But that means not because a person have a true dream that he is a prophet. Right? Because true dream don't only come to prophets, it comes to other people. Right? This is a form of divine communication with humanity. Alright? Prophets, all their dreams were in this category, but as I said, other people, you find that sometimes it's like that, sometimes it's something that's different. Right? But it doesn't mean that you're a prophet, or anything like that. So, but it is a portion, it is a part. The prophet said there's all that's left of prophethood. Wahi, which is the main role of, which is the main distinguishing factor of prophethood is wahi, revelation. Right? Wahi is the main factor that has stopped. There's no more. After the death of the last prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there's no more wahi. In that's it's finished. There's no more wahi. But of this small fraction of prophethood is true dream.
Assalamu alaikum. Even though Joseph told his son not to tell his brother did exactly what he told him not to do.
Because he knew.
And I'm saying, because of that, I'm talking about how you explain everything, the individual go into another fantasize or whatever. So did that prepare him for the future to not hate his brothers and the destination that he had after they did what they did to him? In the future, they came back to him. And I'm saying that's why he told his son not to tell him to put protection on himself to anticipate what might be happening. So he had no animosity towards his brothers.
Well, I mean, he didn't really have animosity to them at any time. He told them that precaution, as a precautionary measure, that he would try to would safeguard himself, right? Because Yaqub alayhi salam, Jacob, he knew the feelings towards the two younger brothers. He knew that. So that's why he's mentioned shaitan. You don't want shaitan to get inside their head. Alright? And you tell them this straight away. There's enough already, this is that foundation. Shaitan is going to utilize that as a means of they plotting to maybe kill you or something. Of course, they eventually did do it, plot against him. But Yaqub had an idea. Okay? He had an idea of what was, so that's why he said, don't, as they said, don't give people sticks to beat you with. Right? Don't give people sticks to beat you. Be careful. Right? So basically, he's giving a caution on that. Right? Because Yusuf alayhi salam didn't have any hatred for his brothers. He never had hatred for his brothers. No.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. I got a quick question for you. If a mom have a dream of his children, is it that because her soul leave her body and meet with the kid's soul, and that's the reason she dreamed that bad dream?
Now, as we mentioned, the three different types of dream, all right? And as we said, the soul leaves the body, and it might interact and meet with other souls, right? Because it goes back into that world of the spirit world. Because the soul is from that world. It's not from this world. It's not from this material world. It's from another world. The world of the spirit, right? The spirit world. The spirit world. That's where the soul is from. All right? So because the soul is from the spirit world, when the person goes to sleep, right? The soul is lifted. Right? As Allah mentioned in His Quran. Allah yatawaffa al-anfus hina mawtiha wa fi manamiha. Allah takes the souls from the people at the time of death and when they go to sleep. Right? As Allah mentioned in the Quran. Right? It takes the soul. So the soul comes out because it doesn't stay in a sleeping body. It stays. So it actually sees, and it might, because it has that connection is only cut off if that person, like for instance, if that person is gonna die in his sleep, the soul continues to go, it's cut off. It's no longer connected to the body, and that person never wakes up. Right? But as long as that person is gonna wake up, the connection remains, and whatever the soul moves and interacts with, it can interact with other souls, yes. Alright? It can interact with other souls and have different experiences that go ahead. You know, that's why you find sometimes, and it's a different dimension, a different world altogether. That's why a person could sleep for or dream for 5 minutes, and he did something for a whole year. It's like a whole year, all right? Because the dimensions are 2 different dimensions altogether, you know, and there is completely time frame is different. So there might this where deja vu comes in, all right? Person experiences something at that point, right? And he, you know, he wakes up and he goes. It may be a week, it may be a year, maybe something afterwards, you know. He experiences it. Now he's experienced it in this real physical, now physically experience it, but he experienced it in spiritually before. He experienced that experience before. Now the 2 come together and we got deja vu. He said, I thought I said this before, right?
Yeah, this is before.
Yes, I did this before. You know, because now the 2 don't come together. The physical part catch up now with the spirit part, and you know, so deja vu takes place. Alright? So it is possible that they interact and stuff like that, you know, and so because it goes back into that dimension. Right? When we are in this physical body, solid, it is not as connected to the spirit as we are when the body separates. Right? So it does happen. طيب إن شاء الله we close the session off today. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.